You're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And if you regret it, you're going to be an unhappy person. So you got to fight for peace of mind.
Man, there was no world. I shut everything out. So you put on the blinders and you have tunnel vision on what that ultimate goal is. And I didn't want to go back after and say I should have done or could have done this. I trained my ass off. I was always on track with everything. I mean, everything was structured. I lived in a fucking box in order to be the best. Bodybuilding is consistency, like everything. It has to be with the eating, the training, the sleep patterns, the lifestyle. It's part of my arsenal. It was like everything. You guys remember, you see the video where I actually ripped the towel and I put the headband, like the Rambo headband on there. That was just a piece of shit towel. I ripped a piece off of it and I tied it on my head because I used to sweat really bad when I trained. That was the video where it all started. And that was training for my first Miss Olympia. I was 25 years old.
Our life is a constant battle. I truly believe, it's not how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, because that's really what does make the difference in your life. It really does.
A lot of it's the mental capacity to go to the gym and stay consistent, just like anything. Like you just never stop.
One to you. Come on. Another one. Come on. No pain. Come on. Dig.
I challenged myself every day when I went to the gym and said, okay, can I be stronger this week? can I do this movement and feel better about it from the week prior? What challenges can I face?
Challenge. I love it. You know, I love being told no.
What motivates you, you know? For me, it's like challenges that people don't think are attainable. Intensity thrives on how quick you move through and how much. If your mind stays continuous with set after set after set, that's what makes you better. Was every day being able to look at myself in the mirror and see what I'm building.
So don't ever, the word impossible should go out, that miracles do exist through hard labor and dedication. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Come on.
I want to come back and do the things that I do best and really push it as far as humanly possible that I can do. I like the challenge, that's all. I truly believe, and people throw the word around dreams, it's all about dreams, you know, and by the way, dreams cost nothing, they're free. The hard part is just keeping them going, and please keep them going, because we're here for one simple reason. He believed in the dream, I believed in the dream, and our dreams come true, and there's no reason every one of yours can't either. I want to push and push and push into the breaking point. They are the guys that go there and take the blows and show that if you really put it out there on the line, you are a champion.
I came from nothing. I look at bodybuilding as you become an artist, I think. A lot of people transform themselves by looking in the mirror and they see what ultimately they can achieve. They chisel their bodies to be their absolute best. Back in the day, like, I loved to I came from nothing. I look at bodybuilding as you become an artist, I think. A lot of people transform themselves by looking in the mirror and they see what ultimately they can achieve. They chisel their bodies to be their absolute best. Back in the day, like, I loved to train. Like, I started at 18. I found that the gym was a stress reliever for me. And what greater thing, I was able to develop my body at the same time. And then I was able to get in competitive bodybuilding. And I did well at it. And if I didn't do well, I probably wouldn't have stayed with it. But I loved to train. And I didn't bring phones into the gym. It's about hitting the gym and working out to build your body beyond what the norm is. I've overachieved what I actually thought it would, or what was possible, coming from, a small town in Massachusetts. Went to Olympia and I got dusted. I got second to last. I was 15 out of 16 and I was like, should I quit? I was like so devastated. I remember saying to my wife at the time, am I just not good? Like, I never thought I'd be Mr. Olympia, I'll be honest. I thought that my body would only go so far. My goal was to be a certain weight. When I started, I said I want to be 240 and I would cut it off at 240. But what I realized as I got closer to competing, the competing side pushed me to be bigger, because I figured, why stop now? Why waste the ride that I've been having? And I'm going to go all the way to the top. Consider a bodybuilder an artist, but I would also consider someone that goes in the gym and builds their body to look like a superhero. If you really think deep into that, it would be a type of artist would actually do that. You're creating a vision of something that, you consider the ultimate. And people craft their bodies to be what their ultimate look is set out to be. I challenged myself every day when I went to the gym and said, okay, can I be stronger this week? Can I do this movement and feel better about it from the week prior? What challenges can I face? Was every day being able to look at myself in the mirror and see what I'm building. We're gonna crush it. To get to a big level of Mr. Olympia, that's a tough one. You have to have a strong mentality to be able to maintain being the champ. You have a lot of negative when you're a target and people will criticize you. You have to know how to handle it and not shout back and not be consumed by the negative comments, and surround yourself with the positive things, but not the over positive things. So if someone in your team hyping you up and telling you, don't worry about it, you got this, it's easy for you. You need sometimes people like, hey man, keep working harder, keep doing this and keep improving. And I was very, very good at that. I would ask and evaluate the people closest to me, say, okay, what can I do to improve? Or what do I need to improve? Where was the closest competitor exposing my physique? And that's what continued to make me work harder. And I really enjoyed every day.
I'm ready to rock and roll. Take home my first Sandow trophy. I've been training for so many years. This is my destiny, and I think it's going to happen tonight. This was the final chapter of my book, man, to win the Mr. Olympia competition. I've been training for 15 years for this.
And then your concern is, okay, I never want to lose this high, right? You train every day in fear of like, okay, I need to stay ahead of everybody else because now I'm at the peak. That was the hardest part for me because I always felt the pressure of being Mr. Olympia and how people perceived that. Meaning I felt like I always needed to be presentable. I needed to have a certain amount of size. I needed to appear the next year better than before, or at least as good. And peaking the body was very difficult, but remember, you're still traveling, you're still representing the business. 2008, Olympia comes and I get second. I lost the title, came in a little off, and that just pissed me off to the max and got a whole new, revamped the whole thing, and I just went at it. You don't realize what you have until it's gone. I came back and won the title, probably the best title I ever won in dominating fashion, where I just walked out on stage and demolished everyone. Fear of losing was what drove me more than anything. So I think that fear is a big part of why you continue to work harder and be better.
I've been coming here, and getting second all these times, and it seemed like everyone told me, you're wasting your time, you're not going to win, and I persevered and trained harder and came back every year and came back stronger, and here I am, this is the day that no one thought they'd see. I broke the trend. That's what it's all about. When I walked out on stage and, I remember days before on Hani looking at me saying, holy shit. I walked out on stage that night, for sure the greatest moment of my life, of winning the Mr. Olympia. Came out there, I did that fucking quad stomp, and it's like the place went fucking crazy, man.
You got to shock the muscle, and shock the muscle with different kind of training principles. Absolutely essential to do the barbell curl to create the thickness of the bicep, to do the dumbbell curl on an incline bench, and to do the concentration curl. Because the concentration curl isolated the biceps with the heavy weights, not with lightweight, but with heavy weight, but to isolate it and to really concentrate and to create that peak on the outside of the bicep. best right here, this area. Okay? Then don't freak out when you see these biceps, okay? I mean, I know it's the best in the gym, but please do something. Okay. Joe keeps saying we should concentrate. That was concentrating effects with biceps.
The pump and squeezing and contracting and feeling and concentrating and making those arms burn. So you have so much burn and pain in the muscle that you just can't stand it. When they start to feel it, they stop because it hurts. Yeah. Well, then you're not getting a pump. You're stopping before the actual workout's beginning. You know, the workout starts when it starts to hurt. And that's when you should start counting.
A lot of people think it's easy, pushing the weight, and you grow. No. This is work, like hard work. This is harder than anything you've done already.
Yeah, buddy!
Come at you so hard with so many motherfucking reps to overload the goddamn muscle, make the muscle uncomfortable. Stress it the fuck out. Make it do what you want to do. Command that motherfucker because it's yours. Tell it what to do. It must grow. You must grow. I command you to grow, goddamn.
Wait, baby.
I am scared to death of leaving the gym knowing I'm a loser and didn't give it my all. I think about that before each leg workout. Can I leave the gym training halfway? Can I leave the gym not really giving it everything I got? And always the answer to myself is, no way, I can't do that. I'd rather die than leave the gym a loser. So when I think that thought, when I get in the middle of the set, I mean, there's no holding back. I mean, I'll squeeze every rep out. And I'll go to the point to where I can't get any more reps, but I get 5 more.
Warm your brain up, warm your mind up, look at the squat bar and sort of think about what you intend to do.
The real sets, I call them, we're going to go to absolute failure and even beyond with force reps, with assistance reps. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get results. You have to do the hard work. It's no bullshit. It's about hard work, old-fashioned hard work. That's what it's about. I used to train legs pretty much once a week, and for 4 or 5 days of every week, I had trouble sitting on the toilet. I had trouble moving around. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't be happy, man. I had to feel that fucking pain in the ass, pain in the leg, just to sit down. But hey, satisfying because you know you've fucking done some damage, right? If it's like that, and the damage repairs itself to get slightly bigger and stronger.
This is where life and death takes place. Imagine living the rest of your life being a loser. Oh, I could never. I'd rather die than be a loser.
Bring it up. I can do this. I can do anything. The same attitude I had in the squat rack for all those years.
You achieved failure. Failure has been achieved.
Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure.
I've always loved pushing myself. I've always loved pushing my body. I've always loved getting into this like warp zone. When you do like a high rep set of squats and do like a set of 20, and you're at rep number 7, and it hurts. That's the kind of shit that I love. That's my kind of party. I'm like, okay, this is where I need to be. But I love the feeling of I don't know what this is going to result in, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover or breathe from this. But I don't care. This is what I'm doing.
If something's painful, you don't want to do it, right? But if you can overcome that, other obstacles in life are not going to be so difficult when you come to face them.
Yeah, buddy!
Going backstage at the Mr. Olympia, and I literally looked. I'm telling you, man, it looked like a silverback gorilla. I'm looking at his back. Ronnie's back. His back had to be 4 feet wide, man.
With back, I find that a lot of the challenge is it's your form. It's your form. It's not as easy as, say, just squeezing your bicep or just squeezing your chest. The back's a little tricky. And if I had to do a survey, I would say most people would say their back is one of their hardest muscle groups to develop.
intensity, heavy training is the best way of training to build a dense, thick, grainy back.
Back is probably one of the most complex, complicated body parts of work. There's a lot of muscles, you gotta hit from a lot of different angles, and you gotta constantly switch it up and mix it up and confuse the back. Constantly change the workout, constantly keep the body guessing. Getting ready to train some back.
Gotta work, boy! Yeah, come on! Hey, yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
Achieve failure. Go out there and fail. You gotta be willing to fail. That is the secret.
People call me with their problems, I hang up on them. The phone will go off. Don't bother me with negative shit. And I just went at it.
Purpose for machines, but there's also a purpose for going through some heavy fucking weight, and that's how I train.
In order for me to obtain the physique that I had to train real hard and real heavy. And the guys now don't do what I did, you know.
I'm gonna go there, destroy my fucking chest, because today is motherfucking glorious motherfucking chest day. When you get to the fucking gym, have a plan. Don't go there thinking, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Go in there and you know exactly what you're gonna do.
If I'm not feeling the muscle working correctly, it's pointless. So I want to take as much as I can of my triceps and shoulders and really focus on getting the work done with the chest.
You're not gonna fucking win, every show. You're not gonna fucking hit 12 reps every set. It's all about fucking trial and error, and it's all about putting as much effort into the gym as you can.
Control, squeeze, control.
Yeah, come on.
Every rep you burn is more growth, and that's the way it works.
You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Achieve failure. If you can do that, you can also win. Think about the heart, the passion, the love, the commitment, and the energy you're willing to put it.
When they start to feel it, they stop because it hurts. Well, then you're not getting a pump. You're stopping before the actual workout beginning. You know, the workout starts when it starts. When that, you should start counting.
Your chest is going to be on fire. It's going to be burning. It's going to be tired. It's going to be exhausted.
The end result, of course, is large, thick muscle density.
going to the gym today to do chest. Expect success, demand success. You are the muscle. The muscle is what you are. There's nothing else that matters during this time.
If you really want to focus, if you think about your chest, think about the pectoral muscles.
All right. Yeah, baby. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Lightweight.
To grow, you have to feel pain. You have to fucking feel pain.
Come on, easy way.
Walk in the park. So for you people out there who keep crying about the foul language I use, good. Because if you don't offend people in this world, it means you're doing something fucking wrong. You know what I mean?
Really have to concentrate and, try to really just isolate that delt. He has wide shoulders and a small waist. It just looks right. You wear a tank top when you're doing side delts and you look in the mirror. At the peak of the movement, you can see the side delt peak.
Shoulders, I think, are one of the most important body parts. Shoulders is what gives you that wide look. You make your waist look smaller and that V-tape look.
They don't ever seem to get sore, or it's hard to make them sore. Heavy eccentric work where there's a real elongated range of motion. If you think about shoulders, there's not a lot of stretching. That extra range of motion sometimes can make a huge difference in your shoulder.
I like the neutral grip straight up, and I squeeze this shit. Now all that right there. That's all I want to happen. So whenever I'm looking in the mirror, I'm doing my sets, squeezing the fuck out of it. I want to have that dominant look. I want big traps. I want big swooping sides on my delts. Fucking hand bear pick stats.
Every rep, every set counts. And the only way is to squeeze. You gotta think about the muscles that you wanna hit. Think about what they're gonna look like.
And the end result, of course, is large, thick muscle density.
One, two, three, four, five. Yes! Yes!
Body that isn't used to maybe the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th rep with a certain weight. So that makes the body grow then, going through this pain barrier.
You gotta go out there and fail. You gotta go out there and fall down. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. You fall down and drop the weight on the floor, who cares? Who cares? The same thing in life is the same thing here. Having the same mentality, the same energy, the same passion and love for what you're doing. If you can do this, you can do anything. Anything. But achieve failure. Go out there and fail. You gotta be willing to fail. If you can't fail, what I learned in the gym is the hardest things are usually the best. If it's easy, leave it to somebody else. Most people who've won big have failed big. That is the secret.
Run!
Nothing in my life has ever come easy. Nothing. Everything I ever got, man, I haven't had to just work for it. I've had to bust my ass for it. Fight, claw, and scratch my way to get it. You know, I learned as a young boy, life ain't easy, man. Life ain't fair. And like I say, ain't nobody owes you a damn thing. And I found out that the hard way. But if you work hard, you can have anything you want. What appealed to me about bodybuilding, I love being on a team. You know, if you had one guy that wasn't giving 100% or wasn't paying attention, you lost the game. And in bodybuilding, it's on you. That like really appealed to me because I saw very few people that wanted to win as bad as I did. And plus, I think a lot of it's because they didn't come from my background. You know, to me, failure wasn't an option. I had to succeed in life because I didn't have no safety net. I didn't have nobody to help me out. I had to succeed, and I wasn't going to fail. Failure was not an option. Gym, hard work is what everybody did, and I just tried to take it to the next level. And so I learned early on, if you give 100% and don't let nobody outwork you, eventually you'll win. What I was really good at was when I walked through that gym door, I could flip a switch. Because when I went to the gym, I had a mission from the time I was 18 years old. And so when I went and stepped inside the gym, I flipped that switch, and it was a war. That's how I approached it, It's me versus the weights. 100 pounds is always 100 pounds. No matter what kind of day you're having, the 100 pounds is always going to shoot you straight. It's always the same. No matter where in the world you're at, it's still 100 pounds. I put myself in that mental state to where no one's going to beat me. If you say it's going to be you, we're going to the gym, prove it. You look at all the top grade bodybuilders, they all train with high intensity and they train heavy. I mean, Jay trained heavy, he trained intense. Ronnie did it, Dorian did it, Lee Haney did it. And it burns harder than me, the more it burned, the madder I would get. And I'll just keep going. To me, it was like a war against the weights. Is this weight gonna beat me or am I gonna beat the weights?
But then you look at somebody like Branch Warren, who's just fucking hard work, man. The guy's in there and he trains like he just wants to murder it. He's a savage. He doesn't hold back, and the guy is just a beast. And that's what he makes up for that, I don't have a small waist and I don't just get shredded by playing PlayStation, like some of these other guys do. And that's the thing, and there's Branch.
16-year-old kid, Branch had camps that would be the envy of any pro bodybuilder.
You're dead tired, you're sore, you don't want to go to the gym, but you want to win, right? So if you don't go, somebody else is going to go. You give it 100%. It's just self-discipline. You make yourself do it.
He's a savage.
Other place to be big. You want to be big, you lift big weights. You want to be little, you lift little weights.
Nobody really, in my book, works harder than him.
The other thing I think bodybuilding taught me was, as long as you don't give up, I think Rocky said it best, it ain't how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit, keep moving forward, how many hits can you take? And that's something that's very true, man. It was very true when he said that, because it sums it up. I've had all kinds of crazy things happen. I tore my quad, tore my triceps off the bone. All these things should have ended my career, you know. Everybody counted me out. Most people were saying my career was over. But I'm like, after that, it taught me never give up. As long as you got hope and you're willing to fight, you can overcome anything. But things happen in life, man. You can sit around and cry and whine about it, make excuses, or you can just man look up and overcome it.
Because it's not about where you come from. It's about heart.
I started thinking back, man, I had a dream when I was a little boy. And I'm like, I'm this close to freaking making it happen. And I'm like, I'm not done. And finally, I had enough. I want to prove to myself I could do it. So I went to work, and I went through hell, brother. From going through something like that and overcoming it, I was in my best condition ever. And I've surpassed that for this competition. The most bitter, sweet moment ever was at 09 Olympia. You know, the J. I came in at my all-time best. And Jay came back his all-time best. Having a goal that you think about every single day of your life. It doesn't matter if you're in the gym. It doesn't matter if you're home. It doesn't matter if you're on vacation. I think about it every day of my life since I was 18. And, you think about something every day of your life, then you finally get to the point where you're like, I can win this thing.
I mean, if Jay wouldn't have came in shape, Branch Warren would have been Mr. Olympia.
When I would lose a contest, all I want to do was go back to my dirty little nasty gym called Metroflex and start training. So all I want to do is stay focused. I was really good at taking negatives in my career and in my life and turn them into positives. I think that was the most motivated I had been in my life. Because this dream I'd had since I was a young boy, I was like that close to making it happen. So I went back and I trained like a madman, the whole year. That's what pushed me to train the way I did.
He's definitely an overcomer. In this sport, that's what separates the champions from the wannabes. The average journeyman bodybuilder can really relate to him because they've seen him get hurt, they've seen him come back, but just kept coming back. He was never stopped. Sick already, and he'll just get harder and harder as we get ready for the show. Y'all gonna be in for a big treat when you see what the package he's gonna bring this year.
I learned from a very young age that no one owes you anything, and ain't nobody gonna give you a damn thing. But you can have anything you want if you work hard enough for it. I believe that, man. I proved it.
He's always had that super hardcore work ethic, and that's really all he's ever known.
Warren.
Never give up. Sometimes the harder you work for something, the more you appreciate it when you do get it. My father left us when I was 13, 14, and we lost our ranch. We lost everything. No house, no home, no nothing. I went to work at a car wash, making extra money and going to school, and we got a place. You know, I learned as a young boy, life ain't easy, man. Life ain't fair. And like I say, ain't nobody owes you a damn thing. And I found out that the hard way. I learned if you work hard, you can be successful. I had to succeed, and I wasn't going to fail. Failure was not an option. So in that gym, you know, hard work is what everybody did, and I just tried to take it to the next level. And so I learned early on, if you give 100% and don't let nobody outwork you, eventually you'll win. I think if you're motivated enough, and you want something bad enough, then you can overcome anything.
I had people telling me I couldn't do what I did. I doubled down and go to work, do what I need to do, and I proved them wrong every single time.
Angry, yeah. Man, I think I trained angry for 20 years, brother.
From Texas, Mr. Branch Warren.
Another, let's go! Come on, Branch! Lightweight. Come on! Yeah. Easy. Come on, get him up. Get him up, man. 3 more. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Couple more. Let's go. 3 more. 1, 2. Easy. Right, Jay. Come on. Let's get up. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, 2 more. 1, 2. Yeah.
There's no one in this world that trains harder. Ronnie Coleman has said it in an interview. There's not a harder worker in the gym than Branch Warren. That is true. It's real deal. Like, there's no one in the world that's more hardcore than Branch, I promise you.
Yeah, come on now. Come on!
Brian Dobson loves Branch more than any person in the world, and he will straight up tell you, like, Branch is a psychopath. That boy needed bodybuilding. He was a psycho. I've never seen a human more aggressive. There's an animal inside of there, and it's awesome. And he makes you train harder than you've ever trained in your whole life.
What you do? Nobody outwork you. Nobody, never.
He's taken me to places that I had to pull demons out of myself that I didn't even know I had.
You
can barely move, you can barely do another rep, but if you can mentally push yourself through that and break through that wall, then you get to this like euphoric state. It's incredible. And now it takes a huge amount of effort to do that.
How you want it? Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Come on, Ranch. Let's see. Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Play the battle. Nobody in the park. Nobody out there. You don't hear him. You don't want to say. Come on. You're hungry. Come on. Come on. Get him up. Fight. Higher. Come on. You got that shit.
You know, bodybuilding taught me there's no substitute for hard work, period. Want something? You can have anything you want if you want to work for it, but ain't nobody gonna give you a damn thing for free. The other thing it taught me was self-discipline. You know, you wake up in the morning, you're dead tired, you're sore, you don't want to go to the gym. You want to win, right? So if you don't go, somebody else is gonna go. As long as you got hope and you're willing to fight, you can overcome anything. No man has the right to tell another man he can't do something. I had family members that used to tell me, hey, why don't you go get a real job, you know, and just be normal. Well, being normal is the last thing I wanted to be. And the idea of just working a 9-to-5 job and just toiling away, just barely making ends meet every month, that was not my idea of the life I wanted for myself. It used to piss me off because no man has a right to tell me I couldn't do something. You know, only I'll determine my fate and what I do, and I'll be the one that says when I'm done.
Every thought we think is creating our future. The mind is everything. A strong mind can move mountains. As you think, so shall you become. Be strong-minded and always believe that the impossible is possible. Go wisely and slowly. Those who rush stumble and fall.
I had people telling me I couldn't do what I did. I double down and go to work, do what I need to do, and I prove them wrong every single time. All the naysayers always come up with an excuse why you can't do something. If you don't have the genetics, if you don't have this, or blah, blah, blah. Because we're not good enough, smart enough, big enough, strong enough, good looking enough, whatever. If you want to do something and you want it bad enough, then man, go do it. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. And I think that applies to pretty much every situation in life.
Shit.
Come on, big boy. Come on, 212, let's go, baby. Mr. O, let's go, baby.
Let's go. Come on.
Come on, 40. First place and fucking last. Let's drive, yes sir. Good, come on, 8. 2 more. Good, come on, 9. Good, one more, come on.
Let the burn take over. Yep. Control the burn. Yeah, come on. Control it.
Yes, sir. Come on. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. First place or fucking last. Come on. Let's go. Give me 15. Give me 15. Motherfucker. Give me 15. First place, sir. First place, sir. Press up. Good. 2 good. 3 good. 4 good. 5 good. Drill. Yeah. Keep drilling. Keep drilling. Keep drilling. Keep drilling. Drill.
There is no instant gratification in bodybuilding. I've often been asked, how long does it take to develop a world-class physique? Minimum of 10 years. And that is if the person is 100% focused, never missing a training session, and making sure that the training is intense. The greatest payoff in bodybuilding competition is not bringing home the first place trophy. The biggest payoff is winning the battle inside. It's the battle that you win every day in the gym against yourself. When everybody else is out partying, you're going to be in the gym with your nose to the grindstone. When everybody else is going out and eating the delicious food with all the fat and the sugar and the calories, you're going to be eating your chicken breast, you're going to be eating your vegetables, you're going to be eating your rice and your potatoes. If you're willing to do it, and if you're willing to power through it, you will realize how strong you really are. Not just pushing weights around, but how strong you are here. It becomes an internal battle, an internal competition with yourself. I did 8 reps last time. I want to do 9 repetitions this time. I did 405 pounds last time. I want to do 410 pounds this time. Can I push myself? Can I take myself to another level? And a lot of people are not willing to do that. It's work. And it is gut-busting work. That's what separates first place from second place. You get there by reaching down deep inside yourself and giving it your all. Every day that we have is a gift. And with every day that we are given, we have a choice to make. Are we going to give it our all, or are we going to hold something back? I'm not going to have regrets.
you train every day in fear of like, okay, I need to stay ahead of everybody else because now I'm at the peak. And there's no one greater on the planet than me, what I do. You have to have a strong mentality to be able to maintain being the champ.
Are you willing to push yourself farther and push the limits harder? Are you willing to push harder than the next guy? So it's really all about who wants it more.
You know I'm going for number 3. We're going to give it all we have, man. We're going to give it all we have to make sure we bring it home. And we're going to have the eye of the tiger, and we're going to be an assassin.
Mr. Williams, move, go. Come on, get ugly. Go. Come on, go. 3, go. 4, come on, baby. Go. 5, get it. There you go. 6, go. 7, one more. Drop it. What are they saying? What are they saying? Get nasty. Get nasty. What's the voices in their head? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Look at the fingers already 7 weeks out. That Christmas tree is up. Yeah. Get nasty. Listen to the demons talk, man. Just get that nastiness. All that too. You're as good as your crew. That crew's got to be number 1. I want to be around the greatest. That's it. Feeling motivated.
It's about shape. It's about the full muscle bellies, and it's about being ripped and hard and having perfect balance and symmetry.
Come on, bring on. Let's get this done. Come on now. Get nasty. Let's go. Get nasty. Come on, Chris. Push through. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Take a break. Let's go. Good. 7. Come on. 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2.
And I have to train like I'm winning the show. I have to put my mind there. I'm not training for second.
That's the name of the game. That's how the champs do it.
1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Good.
Who wants it bad enough?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. Good. 5, 4. Come on, fight. 3. Come on. Get nasty. Yeah. There you go. Put all the effort. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. Put in the work every day. That's what we do. Come on, baby. This is it, baby. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. Come on.
This is my dream come true. This is everything for the last few years. This is everything I've worked for right here.
Look at that. Underneath. That's what I'm talking about. Show them what's up. Show them what's up. This is you. It's your world, man. Own this. You work for what you got. Come on, baby. You work for it. That's it. You gotta show them what's up. Give them that pause. Show them. That's Mr. Olympia. Go. Come on. Come on. Hold it. Hold it. Come on. Come on. Let's get in the dogfight. What do you say?
scars, guys. That's what happens sometimes. Go to war, you bleed.
Brian, a two-time classic Mr. Olympia.
But nevertheless, you know we want to take each other's heads off on the stage.
And here we go. Playtime. Nice. Flex through, flex through. Yep.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Three-time. Classic. Oh my God. Mr. Olympia.
That sounds good.
I like that.
Visualizing every movement.
Look at everything firing. Look at this. Now this is not working right here, but just the condition of what he is in right now, everything is firing through. Right?
These men have given rise to a world of intense competition, driving competitors to bring their bodies to the absolute physical peak.
We need to come up with a contest in which all the Mr. Universes can compete in. All the Mr. Americas, Mr. Universe can compete against one another to who is the best in the world. Because that's a great idea.
Joe Weider was a visionary, and he established the Mr. Olympia contest in 1965. So he said, I want to create the ultimate bodybuilding competition.
And the athletes, bodybuilding will always be changing. It will never cease to evolve.
What I envisioned was to work, expand, and go as far as we can go. But I never envisioned that it would become that prominent all over the world.
Larry won Olympia in 65 and 66 in really outstanding fashion. And he was so impressive in those days.
People still say Larry's effect on the audience, they've never witnessed anything like it. When his music came, he walked out in silhouette and just stood there. And of course, with those arms and those delts, you could tell it was Larry Scott and the hair. You know, he had his own particular shape. He had these great arms.
One of the best of all time, during his time.
He was also aware of somebody coming up behind him real fast.
And along came Sergio.
When Sergio Oliva came onto the scene, his presence was impossible to ignore.
And I looked at his body and I thought, I am never going to beat this guy.
Blessed with an enormous amount of raw talent and driven by a true warrior spirit.
Sergio is one of the most gifted genetic bodybuilders there ever was. This huge chest, huge arms, flaring thighs, tiny waist. He was just this incredible display of genetics, and everybody was impressed. Nobody's ever not been impressed by Sergio Oliva.
Made him seem almost unreal. His nickname, The Myth, was well earned.
He was so far advanced over the rest of us. Everybody else could have just posed their ass off, and Sergio could have stood there, and he walked away with the contest. I had never seen anybody that genetically gifted. Still to this day, I haven't.
But it would take a young Austrian kid with an unpronounceable last name before they and their sport finally made it to an international stage.
He had the mind of a champion. He had a heart of a champion. He was focused. He had a powerful will, and he was very intelligent. He learned quickly.
That then made the Olympia between 70 and 75. That's when the Olympia took over as the contest to win, deciding who's the best physique on the planet.
And he kept saying over and over, I can't believe that I actually beat Sergio. That blew his mind that he actually had toppled Sergio. And then, of course, a few weeks later, he was able to beat him again at the Mr. Olympia.
Guys, the great workout. Hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys get a great pump. Build those muscles up, you know. Let's continue this journey. Let's continue getting bigger, stronger, and improving, and becoming superior than other people. See ya, man.